Today on Good Morning Maine, there are few details available at this time about the skeletal human remains found in Ellsworth yesterday morning. Plus, the Maine Department of Health and Human Services is in the hot seat after some have accused the organization of failing to keep people safe. And a local World War II veteran is turning 103. We'll hear how the community has celebrated with him. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for joining us. Let's start the newscast off by getting a first check of that forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
All righty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As we get into things this morning, not too bad as we start things off. In fact, hardly any clouds overhead. It's going to be a pretty nice day out there for us, although we will be watching for some more clouds during the afternoon period today. As we're watching some of this developing out to the west, this will be tracking in our direction as the day progresses on. There's another system rotating over the ocean as well, causing some active surf there. We do have a small craft advisory posted for us. We'll break that down in your full forecast coming up soon. But otherwise, futurecast moving forward for today. Increasing clouds will be common. No precipitation though to worry about. We'll just have some clouds, which we'll get out of here as we head towards early Thursday morning. Otherwise, though, the wind's not a huge deal, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few gusts up to 15 miles per hour, especially along the coast, cannot be ruled out. We'll have some of that on land from time to time as well. So your forecast for today will say middle 40s and a partly cloudy sky, and a south breeze at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few higher gusts up to 15 miles per hour cannot be ruled out. Later on tonight, the lower 30s and a partly cloudy sky, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour again, and maybe a few gusts up to 15 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. For tomorrow, lower 50s, mostly sunny, and a northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, increasing clouds with temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. 2 Central Maine Police Departments and 1 Regional Communications Center are named in a federal lawsuit related to a 2019 officer-involved shooting. Our Augusta area reporter Corey Bouchard takes a closer look at the lawsuit and what both sides claim happened.
According to court documents, in the early morning hours of November 23, 2019, 27-year-old Robert Farrington was shot by Augusta police at his residence on South Belfast Avenue. The Maine Attorney General's office, which investigates all officer-involved shootings, cleared the Augusta officer, Sebastian Guptill, who shot Farrington. In a letter to Augusta Police Chief Jared Mills, citing, quote, "It was reasonable for Officer Guptill to believe that Mr. Farrington was about to use unlawful deadly force against him." On September 26 of this year, Farrington filed a civil complaint at the federal court in Bangor, naming the Augusta Police Department, Fairfield Police Department, and Somerset County Regional Communications Center, along with officers within those departments. In court documents, Farrington alleges that he was asleep in his home when he was awoken by his fiancée and told there was a knocking on the door and someone appeared to be in the backyard. The documents went on to say that Farrington, quote, pointed his weapon downward in the safety position and turned on the light. He then placed the weapon on a table so he could reach down and open the sliding glass door, end quote. After that, the documents say that Farrington heard someone just on the other side of the glass door yell, quote, "He's got a gun," and began firing at Farrington, striking Farrington several times from multiple gunshot wounds. Farrington was taken to the hospital for his wounds and arrested on charges of criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon. Farrington is claiming that police violated his constitutional rights, and his goal of the lawsuit is to, quote, hold responsible the actors who abused state power and caused him to be shot in his own home. On November 3rd, Somerset County filed an answer to Farrington's complaint, where among other things they say, quote, plaintiff's damages were directly and proximately caused by the acts and or omissions of an individual and or entity other than the defendants, and goes on to say that Somerset County is entitled to immunity from punitive damages. We've reached out to all other parties involved and have not received a response. We will continue to follow this story. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A tense situation in Brewer yesterday. According to the Brewer Police Department, threats were made against some individuals that were in the area of Brewer High School. As a precaution, Superintendent Greg Palmer ordered all schools to go into safety mode. To be clear, the threats were not made against the schools. Brewer police acted swiftly and took the person into custody. The investigation is ongoing, and we'll keep you updated as more information is released. In other news now, what started as a typical day for some land surveyors in Ellsworth ended in the discovery of human remains, and state police are now investigating. Yesterday morning, just before 9 a.m., the Ellsworth Police Department notified Maine State Police that human skeletal remains had been discovered by commercial land surveyors in the woods off of the Red Bridge Road in Ellsworth. The Maine State Police's Major Crimes Unit North responded to assist with the investigation. The remains were transported to the office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta, where an autopsy will be performed to determine the cause and manner of death. Police say there is currently no risk to the public. The investigation is ongoing. All right, in other news, we do have new information on a deadly house fire that killed a former lobsterman out on Long Island in Casco Bay. The 69-year-old man died in that fire, which could be seen for miles. Brad Rogers has the latest on the investigation and how the small island community is responding.
69-year-old Tommy Johnson lived his whole life here on Long Island. When the fire broke out, he was home with his daughter, and the last thing he did, according to the fire chief, was get his daughter to safety. Smoke from the fire could be seen from communities throughout Greater Portland. Long Island Fire Chief Will Tierney told us former lobsterman Tommy Johnson had COPD, was on oxygen, and had difficulty with his mobility, which may have prevented him from escaping the fire. Chief Tierney says Johnson told his daughter to get out of the house and go to the neighbors for help. But the chief says by the time neighbors came running, the fire was too intense to enter the home.
My understanding is that the daughter was alerted to the fire by the smoke detector.
Do you know the cause of this fire on Long Island?
We do not at the moment, no. As we gather more information on this, hopefully we can get a clearer picture of what happened.
Today, fire investigators found the victim's body in the rubble of the two-story home. The state fire marshal says they don't know if the oxygen tanks were a factor in the fire. Chief Tierney told us Tommy Johnson was a kind, caring, soft-spoken man who loved his family. The state fire marshal was on the island last night and heard similar stories from other firefighters.
Many of them were talking about he and his family with just so much love and sharing stories about how they knew him.
Chief Tierney says right now people are pulling together and told us there's been a massive outpouring of support throughout the islands for the Johnson family.
You know, it's a tragedy anytime we lose a person, but I think on the island it's such a small community that it really hits hard.
The state's Blue Ribbon Commission is studying the organization of and service delivery by DHHS, and the group met again yesterday morning at the State House. The commission is looking at ways to improve on what some say is a failing system, after a spotlight has recently been shined on the department's handling of cases that ended up with children and adults dying while in the state's care.
Supplemental to that, what we have the opportunity to do is when we gather in the spring of next year, is see what happened, see the recommendations that came forward and what was done or not done with them. If there were 10 and only the legislature and the DHHS committee, this committee, moved forward on 4, but there were 3 that this committee would recommend that the Blue Ribbon Commission pick up and move forward with.
The next and final meeting of the Blue Ribbon Commission will be on December 12th, where they will begin to prepare their report of recommendations to the legislature. The Penobscot Energy Recovery Company was sold at auction again yesterday after a previous sale fell through. The Orrington PERC facility was auctioned off to Pennsylvania-based Delta Thermo Energy for $1.5 million on November 2nd, but the buyers pulled out. It sold for $1.2 million at auction yesterday. Orrington Town Manager Chris Backman says there's a lot of work to be done to get the plant back up and running, starting with winterization.
We got to get ready for winter, save the plant before freezing up, and get some of this stuff burning and generating electricity, get the staff back to work, and so it's just the beginning of a process.
Mark Boswell, who represents the company that purchased the plant, says they plan to use innovative technology to change how the plant operates. He says that technology will allow the facility to move away from burning waste and instead use a gasification method to process material.
The new technology, actually, there is no front-end processing to begin with, and then it goes through a kiln. and that kiln then all of a sudden takes all the organics and makes that into syngas that we produce our electricity with. But everything that comes out the back is 100% recyclable.
Plant operations were halted back in May, and in September, more than 30 workers were furloughed. Boswell says they plan to retain those employees, and he's excited to get them back to work. A well-known member of the Ellsworth community has recently been sworn in as the new president of the Maine Chiefs of Police Association. City Manager and Chief of Police Glenn Mosier sat down with our Grace Blanchard to talk about this new role.
All the success that I've had in my personal career has always come from the people around me.
A career public servant, Glenn Mosier has been serving his community for the past 20 years and is now taking on the role of president of the Maine Chiefs of Police Association.
That's exciting. I've been a member of the organization since prior to becoming a chief, and so I've seen the work that they do.
He says one of his main goals as president is to help foster a sense of community amongst Maine's law enforcement agencies.
I think it's critical, especially for new chiefs, young chiefs, to have that support system. And it was very beneficial to me when I first started as a chief.
Mosier says the lessons he has taken away from his role as Ellsworth City Manager will also continue to serve him well.
My time as city manager, it's been a challenging, experience for sure. But the support that I've gotten from members of the council when I first took on this role, the community, certainly the staff, has been fantastic.
Though he will likely be stepping down as city manager, he plans to continue on as chief of police. Over the past couple decades, Mosier says he has seen Maine law enforcement go through many changes.
Some changes are for the better, and some changes others would argue are not for the better. But ultimately, at the end of the day, our job is still exactly what it was and always should have been, and that's to protect and serve our communities.
In Ellsworth, Grace Blanchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month, and Maine gets mixed grades from a new report on the disease. The report looks at ways states can best focus their resources to decrease the toll of lung cancer. It says despite the early diagnosis rate in Maine ranking in the average tier, the state still has a lot of work to do to make sure that more of those at high risk for lung cancer are screened. The state has some significant risk factors. In Maine, 36.5% of radon test results were at or above the action level recommended by the Environmental Protection Agency. The smoking rate in Maine is 15.6%, and that's significantly higher than the national rate of 13.5%. However, over the last 5 years, the survival rate in Maine improved by 20%. All right, the time is now 8:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a local radio station is doing their annual turkey drive. We'll hear the details. But before we go, let's take another quick look at that forecast. Partly cloudy today, highs of 44 degrees, kind of similar than what we've been seeing the past few days. Dropping down to a low of 31 tonight, partly cloudy. That means it's going to be warmer than the past couple of nights. Tomorrow, kind of the warmest day of the week, other than Friday, I think. High of 51 degrees, mostly sun in the sky.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter. Let's get it.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away.
Lease an all-wheel drive Santa Fe for $269 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months plus 0 payments for 90 days. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Happy, healthy living means protecting yourself and the people you love. Mainers age 60 and up and adults with disabilities can talk with an area agency on aging about keeping your immunizations up to date. Access a clinic near you for your annual flu and COVID-19 immunizations. Stay healthy, stay up to date, stay immunized. The AgeWise Maine initiative is brought to you by Maine's area agencies on aging. Visit agewisemaine.org to learn more.
Bar Harbor Foods is expanding into the state's first Costco store. We first visited the company's canning factory in Whiting back in September, where employees can bottle and package salmon, clam juice, sardines, and other products. Now, even more customers can enjoy Bar Harbor Foods when they shop at Costco, where the company's New England clam chowder will be available in a 6-pack.
It also shows how much penetration the brand can have. Costco doesn't take a brand in lightly. Costco has a very diverse community of customers. So, you know, that I think is hugely exciting.
Costco will officially open in Scarborough on Friday. Good news for small Maine business and people who love Costco in southern Maine. I'll definitely have to visit next time I'm in southern Maine. Okay, well, Z107.3 wants you to help free the Z from the Brewer Hannaford parking lot. The 23rd annual event officially kicked off yesterday. Morning show host Kid will stay put in the parking lot until Thursday or until they reach their goal of 2,023 turkeys. The radio station is partnering with Penquist to help gather turkeys for those in need. This is the 7th year Z107.3 and Penquist have teamed up on this event. Kid says sleeping in the parking lot for a few days is all worth it, knowing many families will be able to have a proper Thanksgiving meal.
It's amazing to give back to the community, and our listeners are really, really supportive of everything we do. We do a ton of pasta drive throughout the year, so every time we reach out and ask our listeners and people in the community to help out, they always do.
Penquist has set their own goal to collect enough turkeys to feed 7,000 households. Community Relations Manager Renee Muscatel says there is much more of a need this year than in the past.
Really hearing from our food pantry partners that they're seeing faces that they've never seen before. You know, a lot of families are just having a hard time to meet basic needs, and you know, they're having to utilize food pantries that they never have had to do before.
So stop by and make a donation of a turkey or some money to support the cause, or you can visit this story on our website to make a donation, because that, you know, that annual drive is ending tomorrow, so you have today. Okay, the time now is 8:18. After the break, when word got out that a World War II veteran living in Brewer will be celebrating his 103rd birthday, the cards started coming and haven't stopped yet. We'll hear from him as Good Morning Maine continues.
Miracle Ear made it easy. I just booked an appointment, and a certified hearing care professional evaluated my hearing loss and helped me find the right device calibrated to my unique hearing needs.
Call now and book your free hearing evaluation.
Hammond Lumber Company has been a trusted partner of professional contractors, do-it-yourselfers, and homeowners for generations. It's the level of trust that Hammond Lumber has earned by providing an extensive selection of products and materials from industry-leading suppliers with guidance and support through every stage of any project, including delivery of materials throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company is, has been, and will always be your building project partner.
Let your creativity run free at the Creative Arts Center, where we offer fun and affordable activities for all ages. Birthday parties, pottery wheel classes, painting lessons, or just for the fun of it. Get fired up for glazing projects as well as acrylics. We offer a wide selection of ceramic products for you to choose from, and we have thousands of pieces ready to paint. We are a Paragon kiln dealer and a Laguna Clay distributor. Stop by the Creative Arts Center today, located just off the Joshua Chamberlain Bridge in Brewer. The Creative Arts Center, where your only limitation is your imagination.
Football fans, with the Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
Miracle Ear made it easy. I just booked an appointment, and a certified hearing care professional evaluated my hearing loss and helped me find the right device calibrated to my unique hearing needs.
Call now and book your free hearing evaluation.
A World War II veteran from Brewer is celebrating his 103rd birthday yesterday in a big way with over 4,000 birthday cards. Ed Hendrickson, who now resides at Winterberry Heights in Bangor, was a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy. When word got out on social media that he would be celebrating his 103rd birthday in November, folks from all over the country began mailing him birthday cards. He received 940 cards just in Monday's mail alone.
I was helping count them yesterday, and we read some of the mail, and some of them are real cute, others are just ordinary happiness and all that stuff. But it's really just the greatest thing in the world that ever happened to me.
When Hendrickson was asked what it is like to be 103 years old, he said, "It's just like being 102, except for a year older." Good for him. Okay, the time now is 8:21. Let's get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As we get into things this morning, here's that small credit advisory we were talking about earlier. This is up until 5 a.m. as we head towards your Thursday. Pretty much along the coast, active surf will be possible in these spots today, courtesy of some winds and also a system out towards sea as well. And in fact, we're starting to see the activity now where some buoys already out towards sea are up to around 5 to 7 feet already. We'll still low for the time being, but we'll see our wave heights increasing as things move forward. Otherwise, though, the radar and satellite not too bad, though pretty quiet out there for now. We'll have sunshine to start, but be watchful for clouds. We'll have more clouds moving in during the afternoon period as we're watching this system right about in here, though. It's tracking off towards the east. Now will give us some clouds again during the afternoon period. No precipitation with it, but definitely some clouds that will begin to move in. So futurecast moving forward, sunshine to start today, increasing clouds during the afternoon period. We'll hold on to the clouds for a while overnight, but once we get towards tomorrow morning, the clouds do get out of here, though, and we're looking pretty good as we start things off for your Thursday with a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds, but that'll be about it, and we're looking pretty good by Thursday night and parts of Friday morning as well, as the clouds do start to stay away by that point. But otherwise, though, maybe a little bit of wind in a few spots today, reaching up to around 15, maybe close to 20 miles per hour. That might be a little bit of a stretch in a few spots, so, but maybe a few gusts of wind from time to time later this evening, and even overnight as well, maybe a little bit of gust of wind, but a lot of this starts to back off as we head towards Thursday afternoon. So nothing crazy. You'll just notice a little bit of wind, and that'll be about it there. As our average high temperature is now 46 degrees, we'll do the middle 40s today, so not too far away from average. We're in the lower 50s Thursday, middle 50s by Friday, lower 50s again as we head towards Saturday, lower 40s Sunday, and then we're back in the 30s Monday and also into Tuesday of next week. So for today, middle 40s and a partly cloudy sky, and a south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few gusts up to 15 miles per hour cannot be ruled out. Lower 30s tonight, and a partly cloudy sky, and a south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few gusts up to 15 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. Tomorrow, lower 50s and a mostly sunny sky, and a northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Will be mostly cloudy on Friday with highs in the mid 50s, lower 50s on Saturday with rain likely moving in, and partly cloudy on Sunday, highs in the lower 40s.
As we age, we want to keep our independent spirit. As Mainers, we want to live life our way. That means enjoying everything life offers us here in Maine. It means making choices that can help you live your best life. Choices like your healthcare coverage and your healthcare team, so you can be prepared for almost anything. United Healthcare and Northern Light Health are working together in Maine to help keep you healthier, so you can live life to the fullest. If you're eligible for Medicare, you may be able to enroll in a United Healthcare Northern Light Health Medicare Advantage plan today. Take the step to make sure you have the coverage you need to help keep you active and thriving as you age. Call United Healthcare at 1-800-203-7205 or visit uhcnewengland.com.
Maine, the wait is over. DraftKings Sportsbook is officially live. That means betting legally on same-game parlays, spreads, money lines, props, and more. Anytime and anywhere across the state. So get hyped, Maine. Download the app today and get this exclusive offer now. Life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Name a place you love being naked.
Does Steve sing her a song? Get super shy. Pull out flowers.
Can't you look at me?
No, ma'am. I don't want to make eye contact with you. Only reason I'm asking you this because it's on the card.
Steve, you would have asked me that in your younger days.
Family Feud, the only choice.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. The leaders of the world's top economies are set for high-stakes talks today in California. China's President Xi Jinping traveled to the U.S. for the first time in 6 years to attend the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. Biden says he hopes his one-on-one meeting with Xi calms tensions. ABC's Justin Finch with more from Washington.
This morning, the world watching San Francisco, where the leaders of two global superpowers are set to meet face-to-face for the first time in about a year. President Biden says he looks forward to meeting with China's President Xi Jinping. Among Biden's top goals, restoring U.S.-China military ties and to
get back on a normal course of corresponding, being able to pick up the phone and talk to one another if there's a crisis.
China's foreign ministry saying Biden invited Xi to the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit.
It brings that strong note of optimism as the year comes to a close. It's so easy to look at what divides us. It's more important to look at what unites us.
The leaders expected to cover a number of issues on the sidelines, including climate change, the fentanyl crisis, trade, and U.S. ally Taiwan. On the San Francisco streets, high security and protest. Authorities quashing clashes between China supporters and anti-China demonstrators who lined the Biden motorcade route. The White House says President Biden won't shy away from tough topics with President Xi, but the administration says it's also aware many Asia-Pacific nations want better dialogue between the U.S. and China in hopes of avoiding a conflict in the region.
Now to the threats and insults in the U.S. Congress. A fistfight nearly broke out yesterday, and at the same time, the former House Speaker was accused of assaulting another lawmaker in the kidneys. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, the senator who challenged a union boss to a fight during this hearing on Capitol Hill is revealing what led up to their explosive exchange.
He's just not used to being called out. I think the guy's really tough on a keyboard, but that's about it.
Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin was questioning Teamsters President Sean O'Brien when the two nearly came to blows.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
Stop it.
Senator Bernie Sanders intervening.
This is a hearing, and God knows the American people have enough contempt for Congress. Let's not.
I don't like it. Then let's do this, because I did challenge you, and I accepted your challenge, and you went quiet.
No, I didn't go quiet. You challenged me to a cage match, acting like a 12-year-old schoolyard bully.
Excuse me. Senator Mullin, who owns a plumbing company, said his feud with O'Brien began months ago when the senator accused the Teamsters of trying to intimidate his employees into unionizing. O'Brien on social media back in June called Mullin a greedy CEO, clown, and fraud, adding, "You know where to find me, any place, anytime, cowboy."
Being raised in Oklahoma all life, you don't do that. You don't go run off the mouth unless you expect to be called to the carpet, and I did that.
Meanwhile, on the same day, yet another episode of schoolyard behavior in the halls of the Capitol. Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett says former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy elbowed him in the kidneys as they were gathering to vote on a new funding bill. The exchange heard in this audio from NPR.
What kind of chicken move is that? You're pathetic, man. You are so pathetic.
It was deliberate. It was just a cheap shot by a bully.
But McCarthy denies hitting Burchett.
Did you elbow him?
Okay, no, I did not elbow him. No, I would not elbow him. I would not hit him in a kidney.
Burchett was among the Republicans led by Matt Gaetz, who voted to remove McCarthy as Speaker last month.
All that drama overshadowed House Speaker Mike Johnson's big victory yesterday. His short-term spending plan to prevent a government shutdown was approved with the help of Democrats. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Absurd and childish. Okay, moving on now to the breaking news from the war in the Middle East. Israel announcing a new assault against Hamas terrorists, believed to be hiding inside a network of tunnels beneath the largest hospital in Gaza. In the meantime, reports are coming in about a potential deal in the works to free more of the hostages being held by Hamas, including Americans. ABC's Justin Finch has the latest.
Overnight, the Israeli military launched what it calls a targeted operation at Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza. The Hamas-run health ministry claims dozens of soldiers were inside the emergency department as Israeli forces searched the hospital's basement. U.S. officials say there's evidence that Hamas has been using tunnels beneath hospitals to hide weapons and hostages.
In Gaza City, they have weapons stored there and are prepared to respond to an Israeli military operation against the facility.
A senior U.S. official calls the tunnels multi-layered and extensive, containing hundreds of Hamas fighters who've set booby traps. Meanwhile, a senior Israeli source says progress has been made towards a deal that could free some of the 239 hostages being held by Hamas. The source saying a breakthrough could come within 72 hours. Yesterday, an estimated 290,000 people gathered in Washington in a march for Israel. Among them, the family of 3-year-old Abigail Moore Aidan, the youngest of the Americans taken captive by Hamas. Her parents were killed.
Abigail is a spunky little girl. I want Abigail to know that her brother, her sister, her aunts and uncles, and her grandparents are waiting for her at home. We are waiting for her. We love her very, very, very much, and we are doing everything we can to bring her home.
The White House says President Biden spoke with Israel's prime minister again yesterday about the ongoing efforts to release more hostages.
What's your message for the families?
Hang in there, we're coming.
Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll hear how the Bangor Humane Society and the Maine Veterans Project are teaming up to help match long-stay shelter dogs with local veterans. Details on these stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for the year's coldest and harshest weather. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all winter long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith, and today is Wednesday, November 15th, 2023, and today is National Clean Out Your Fridge Day. I know nobody wants to hear that, but when was the last time you got in there and really checked all the expiration dates on your rarely used items? Did you wipe down the shelves? Today serves as a pesky reminder for those little chores like cleaning out your fridge, which may not be so little if there's stuff pushed to the back. But that's one of those that we all tend to put off. For our daily dose of history, on this day in 1777, the first Constitution of the United States, also known as the Articles of Confederation, were approved by the Continental Congress. In 1864, Union General William Tecumseh Sherman began his march to the sea from Atlanta to Savannah, Georgia, laying waste to the economic resources of the state as he sought to crush white Southern civilians' support of the Confederate cause. His campaign helped to end the American Civil War. In 1904, King C. Gillette patented the Gillette razor blade, being the first razor with disposable blades. And in 1969, an estimated 2 million people marched in protest of the Vietnam War across the United States. And on this day in 2001, Microsoft released Xbox, the video game console system that still evolves today. For birthdays today, we have Macho Man Randy Savage, known for his time in the World Wrestling Federation and the World Championship of Wrestling. He passed away in 2011 at the age of 58. And it is also the birthday of Chad Kroeger, the lead singer and guitarist of the rock band Nickelback. He's 49 today. And American rapper E40 is 56. All entertainers. I see a trend. Okay, moving right along, let's get another look at that forecast with meteorologist Evan Biggs.
All righty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As we get into things this morning, not too bad as we start things off. In fact, hardly any clouds overhead. It's going to be a pretty nice day out there for us, although we will be watching for some more clouds during the afternoon period today. As we're watching some of this developing out toward the west, this will be tracking in our direction as the day progresses on. There's another system rotating over the ocean as well, causing some active surf there. We do have a small craft advisory posted for us. We'll break that down in your full forecast coming up soon. But otherwise, futurecast moving forward today. Increasing clouds will be common. No precipitation though to worry about. We'll just have some clouds, which will get out of here as we head towards early Thursday morning. Otherwise, though, the wind's not a huge deal, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few gusts up to 15 miles per hour, especially along the coast, cannot be ruled out. We'll have some of that on land from time to time as well. So your forecast for today, we'll say middle 40s and a partly cloudy sky, and a south breeze at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few higher gusts up to 15 miles per hour cannot be ruled out. Later on tonight, the lower 30s and a partly cloudy sky, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour again, and maybe a few gusts up to 15 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. For tomorrow, lower 50s, mostly sunny, and a northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, increasing clouds with temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. All right, well, a new program in Bangor aims to match man's best friend with Maine veterans. Our Devin Dagnall tells us all about it.
MVP Mutts and More is a new collaborative effort between the Bangor Humane Society and the Maine Veterans Project. Its goal is to match vets with pets that are considered long-stay animals. Animals are typically considered long-stay after they've been at the shelter for more than 3 months. Right now, the shelter has at least 9 long-stay dogs.
We typically at the shelter have a couple of dogs every year that have been long-stay dogs that have their own little quirks that just need a little extra time and attention.
The Bangor Humane Society's Director of Development and Communication, Catherine Ravenscraft, says veterans are prime candidates for these special pups because of their resiliency.
After their military training, they sort of have a built-in stick-to-itiveness, a desire to never give up and to not fail the mission. And in this case, the mission is to make sure that these dogs, and some cats too, go into homes with people that they love and with people who are going to provide the kind of environment that they need to be successful.
But more often than not, these pets end up saving their veteran owners.
To say that he gets it is a profoundly understated term.
Doc Goodwin, the president and janitor of the Maine Veterans Project, adopted his best friend Brick after Brick's previous owner committed suicide. Today, the two are inseparable.
And when I first got Brick, I would say I was probably at the peak of my own PTSD. This dog's been through a lot with me. We've been through a lot together, and I gotta say, he's played a huge role in my healing. We do everything together. He's with me all the time, and I genuinely is my best friend.
To keep up with or to get more information about MVP Mutts and More, check out the Maine Veteran Project or Bangor Humane Society Facebook pages. In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, EBC7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, well, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest with sports. Don't go away.
Celebrate Maine artisans, sampling and shopping the very best of Maine products at the Maine Harvest Festival, Cross Insurance Center, Bangor, November 18th and 19th. Presented by the Maine Potato Board, MaineHarvestFestival.com.
I was injured in a motorcycle accident and called Joe Bornstein's office for a free case evaluation. These guys are really good. They work hard and they really do fight for you. I was able to recover from my injuries while they took care of all the important details, and there were a lot of them. I highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein to anyone injured in a motorcycle accident. For those who ride, keep Joe by your side.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
U.S. Cellular is built for Maine. It's a network for telling inside jokes from across the country. Built for streaming your favorite song 1 more time, 10 more times. Built for capturing the moments you'll never forget. U.S. Cellular is proud to have been awarded top performing network availability in Maine, with coverage across all counties. U.S. Cellular, a network built for us.
Your dog is the one you wanted. You want what's best for them. So ask your vet about new NexGard Plus. It's one-and-done monthly protection from fleas and ticks, plus heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms, all in a delicious beef-flavored soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. From the maker of #1 vet-recommended HeartGuard Plus, NexGard Plus, the one you want for one-and-done protection.
The very best in Maine-made products, prepared and displayed just for you at the Maine Harvest Festival, Cross Insurance Center, Bangor, November 18th and 19th. Presented by the Maine Potato Board, MaineHarvestFestival.com.
Twins can be as opposite as wrong and right.
Sheldon, do you really have to do that here?
I drew a ladybug.
Young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the ice over at the Alphon. The Black Bears coming off of a huge weekend with a win and a tie against the top team in the country, Boston College. And it doesn't get any easier. Now looking ahead to 8th-ranked Boston University on the road on Friday and Saturday. Another win would continue their ascension in the rankings. The Terriers entered the season as the #1 team, but lost a few early games before sweeping UMass Lowell this past weekend, outscoring them 9-3. They play kind of a similar style to Maine. They're fast, but they're really good in transition. The Black Bears like to grind stuff out, so they're focusing on taking care of the puck ahead of their matchup.
For us, it's, when we have the puck, we have to hold on to it. Similar to last week, we can't give them back to them because they're dangerous when the puck's on their tape. We're more of a try to get pucks in and grind it out type team. We're not going to play the same exact way as teams like BU and BC play. So we have to stick to what makes us effective.
Maine on Monday finding out they are now the 9th-ranked team in the nation, continuing up that ladder in just their 3rd season under Coach Ben Barr. Last year, this team was very good at times, especially towards the end of the year. So I asked Coach Barr, what is it about this team this year that has elevated them to the level they're at now? Here was his response.
I think experience is in our mindset has elevated our game. It's, and that's a credit to Lyndon Breen and David Brazil and Ben Poisson and Nolan Renwick, Donovan Houle, Victor Osman, those guys that have been through the worst of it and are now seeing it through hopefully kind of a revival here a little bit.
All right, moving on now. It hasn't been the best year for Maine football record-wise, but they have a chance to end the season on a high note with the battle for the Bryce Cowell Musket on Saturday. Ryan Sudol has more.
We don't have the musket right now, but we want it, and we want it bad.
Throw out the records. Forget what could have been. The battle for the Bryce Cowell Musket is the most important game of this or any Maine football season.
Our why this week is, the musket, and what that represents is for all those who came before us, all those who follow, and we want to honor that.
This Saturday will be the 113th meeting between the Black Bears and UNH, and for these guys, it's nothing short of an honor and privilege to play for the prestigious trophy.
I think it's really great because no matter how the season goes, we can end it off with a good win against our rivals, so I think it's a great opportunity for us.
Not many schools, have the opportunity to every single season win a trophy. That means so much to the school.
And the game rarely disappoints. For this series, nail-biters have become the norm.
Each year it comes down to the end, comes down to the fourth quarter, comes down to the last play, as it did last year.
Yes, last year. After one of the most exciting games in rivalry history, the Wildcats beat the Black Bears 42-41 after a missed two-point conversion in overtime.
I try to keep a short memory, just skip over the losses, but it's one that stung.
They were obviously a great team. They're a great team this year. But, we're a completely different team than we were last year.
The biggest difference is the emphasis on the pass. The Black Bears are third in the CAA in passing after being 8th last year. And that will be key with the Wildcats' physical defense.
They're going to make plays, and we're going to be tough fighting for yards, but we're going to find a way, and we're going to continue to just stay aggressive on offense.
And with so many eyes being on this game, it only makes the desire to get the musket back in its case even stronger.
The alumni at this place is special. Everyone knows about this game. Everyone knows this game's happening. To have the opportunity to go and win it, it means a lot.
We're going to get it back this year, definitely.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Let's stay with the Black Bears Maine women's basketball home and in action. They're hosting the University of Rhode Island. Amy Vachon in Maine looking for a win over Tammy Reese and the Rams. We're going to pick this up in the second quarter. Rhodey has it. Tisha Hyman charging down the court, stops, turns. She's going to bury the fall-away jumper there. Here comes Maine now, though, and Simon is going to get this one. She's going to send it over to Caroline Borneman, out to Sarah Hodgson. Great passing right there. Not a single dribble. She nails the corner three of her own. Back the other way now, it's Hyman again. Tough drive into the lane. She's going to get the bucket to go. But Maine's offense, they were just too much. Caroline Borneman, quick pass to Ann Simon underneath. That's two any day of the week, especially Tuesday night. Adriana Smith working with it now. Hard dribble into the spin move, kisses it off the glass. That is art right there, folks. Maine goes on to win 59-48. Simon had 25. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Bell's Automotive Protection is Maine's #1 mobile undercoating and rust-proofing service. We come right to your driveway, protecting your vehicles from harsh winter road brines and chemicals, saving you thousands of dollars later on from expensive and dangerous rust repairs. Call us or find us on Facebook for a free quote, 659-3805.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
This Veterans Day, join Fox ABC Maine as we salute and honor our veterans. Are you an active, inactive, or retired member of the armed services? Do you know someone who is? Then upload your photos on foxbangor.com/Maine Heroes. We will randomly select multiple veterans to win a gift voucher from Chick-fil-A. Locally sponsored by Empire Vape Shop, Hollywood Casino, Quality Jewelers, and Starfish Academy.
Watching local news just got a little easier. You can now binge watch local news on the all-new foxbangor.com website. Watch local news uninterrupted with just a click.
Bell's Automotive Protection is Maine's #1 mobile undercoating and rust-proofing service. We come right to your driveway, protecting your vehicles from harsh winter road brines and chemicals, saving you thousands of dollars later on from expensive and dangerous rust repairs. Call us or find us on Facebook for a free quote, 659-3805.
Welcome back. Now let's check in with Devin Dagnall, who's live in Skowhegan with what I hear is a pretty Gouda story. Devin?
Thanks, Emma. I'm here at Crooked Face Creamery in Skowhegan with the owner and founder, Amy. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
So, not a lot of people can say this, but you now have a world-famous cheese. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we make a whole milk ricotta here at Crooked Face Creamery. That's our signature product. And we did just win bronze at the World Cheese Awards for our lemon fennel flavor.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this process. How did you come up with the cheese? We have it right here as well.
Yes,
I'm going to just show the camera. Look at that, guys. World famous right here. Can you tell me a little bit how you guys came up with the flavor?
Well, it was actually my new employee, Erica Noon, as she came up with the flavor of the lemon fennel. We were at a farmer's market and they were selling fresh fennel, and she thought, hey, what about a fennel flavor? And I was like, oh, that sounds really exciting. Let's try it. And so we started to come up with some ideas and came out with a lemon fennel, and people have been loving it. So we thought it was a great flavor to send to the competition.
Obviously, they're loving it. You won bronze on a world stage after all. And with this is your first time doing a competition like that.
World Cheese, yes. We've done national competitions and regional competitions, but I never have submitted to the World Cheese because of just the cost of it. It's in Norway, and so the shipping and the entry fees have been sort of prohibitive for us. So, but this year they were trying to get more U.S. representation, so they were offering free entries for cow's milk cheeses. So all we had to do was ship it to New Jersey, and they were going to take it from there. So we thought, what a great time to try this out.
And something really exceptional that I think should be noted about your cheese, all the cheese you make here is from, well, the milk you're getting is from local dairy farmers.
One local dairy farm, and specifically Springdale Farm, and just outside of Belfast. And we've been working with them for many years, and they have beautiful cows and it's beautiful milk, and they deliver it right here to our door every week, and it's a pretty special relationship. So.
That's amazing. Thanks. So beyond that, I know that we also have a lot of other main products in here, but I want to talk a little bit more about the cheese. Can you tell me what other cheese you have here beyond, obviously, the award-winning one?
Sure. So for the ricotta, we make a couple of flavors. We have our applewood smoked, roasted red pepper, garlic rosemary, pesto, and then in the summertime we mix in some seasonal flavors, like where we can get fresh herbs at the farmers market. So we'll do like a cilantro scallion or fresh chive, and so we're always playing with those flavors. But then we also make a couple of aged cheeses too here, and fresh cheese curds, which the kiddos love at the farmers market. And so we make a Havarti style cheese called Buttercup, and one of our latest cheeses is called Bernadette, and it's got kind of a cheddar-y vibe, so it's pretty popular here.
Okay, sounds also good.
Yeah.
Another great thing about you guys is you don't just sell it in store here, you work with a couple other retailers. Where else can people find your cheese?
Yeah, so we work with 3 different distributors right now, Crown of Maine, Native Maine, and the Maine Milk Mavens, and they get our cheeses all over the state and beyond. So you can find us at, like, if you're in Portland, Monty's Fine Foods, or if you're on the coast, Rising Tide Co-op. We try to keep our website up to date, but every week it's kind of going to a lot of new places. So restaurants will pick it up for like a special, you know, so Primo in Rockland, or the Lost Kitchen has been using our cheese for many years. So
speaking of that website, I know up in the Bangor area, there's not a lot of your cheese up there yet, but you can order, and it's going to be perfect for any charcuterie board for Thanksgiving. So how can people order your cheese?
So yeah, you just jump right on my website. I have an online store, or you can call in, because we often have cheeses in the case that we're not listing on the website all the time. So if you want to put a board together, you can call us, and we can get it organized and ship it out to you. And we carry crackers and pasta and pickles and jams and spreads and cured meats. And so if you just call us with what you're looking for, we can put a package together.
All right, either call in or check out Crooked Face Creamery online. All right, back to you, Emma.
Cool. Thanks, Devin. Crooked Face Creamery. And kind of 'tis the season, too, with charcuterie boards. And I know I personally love getting food as gifts for, you know, Christmas or holiday gifts. Cool. Love to see it. All right. Now let's check in one final look with meteorologist Devin Biggs at our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As we get into things this morning, here's that small credit advisory we were talking about earlier. This is up until 5 a.m. as we head towards your Thursday. Pretty much along the coast, active surf will be possible in these spots today, courtesy of some winds and also a system out towards sea as well. And in fact, we're starting to see the activity now where some buoys already out towards sea are up to around 5 to 7 feet already. We'll still low for the time being, but we'll see our wave heights increasing as things move forward. Otherwise, though, the radar and satellite not too bad, though pretty quiet out there for now. We'll have sunshine to start, but be watchful for clouds. We'll have more clouds moving in during the afternoon period as we're watching this system right about in here, though, that's tracking off towards the east. Now will give us some clouds again during the afternoon period. No precipitation with it, but definitely some clouds that will begin to move in. So future gas moving forward, sunshine to start today, increasing clouds during the afternoon period. We'll hold on to the clouds for a while overnight, but once we get towards tomorrow morning, the clouds do get out of here, though, and we're looking pretty good as we start things off for your Thursday with a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds, but that'll be about it. And we're looking pretty good by Thursday night and parts of Friday morning as well, as the clouds do start to stay away by that point. But otherwise, though, maybe a little bit of wind in a few spots today, reaching up to around 15, maybe close to 20 miles per hour. That might be a little bit of a stretch in a few spots, though, but maybe a few gusts of wind from time to time later this evening, and even overnight as well, maybe a little bit of gust of wind, but a lot of this starts to back off as we head towards Thursday afternoon. So nothing crazy. You'll just notice a little bit of wind, and that'll be about it there. As our average high temperature is now 46 degrees, we'll do the middle 40s today, so not too far away from average. We're in the lower 50s Thursday, middle 50s by Friday, lower 50s again as we head towards a Saturday, lower 40s Sunday, and then we're back in the 30s Monday and also into Tuesday of next week. So for today, middle 40s and a partly cloudy sky, and a south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few gusts up to 15 miles per hour cannot be ruled out. Lower 30s tonight, a partly cloudy sky, and a south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few gusts up to 15 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. Tomorrow, lower 50s and a mostly sunny sky, and a northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Will be mostly cloudy on Friday with highs in the mid 50s, lower 50s on Saturday with rain likely moving in, and partly cloudy on Sunday, highs in the lower 40s.
Float to Fire Farms. Our products and staff are of the highest quality. Glassware, powerful puff, and CBD products. You'll be so happy your face will light up. 38 Storette Drive in Belfast.
I was injured in a motorcycle accident and called Joe Bornstein's office for a free case evaluation. These guys are really good. They work hard and they really do fight for you. I was able to recover from my injuries while they took care of all the important details, and there were a lot of them. I highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein to anyone injured in a motorcycle accident. For those who ride, keep Joe by your side.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Float to Fire Farms. Our products and staff are of the highest quality. Glassware, powerful puff, and CBD products. You'll be so happy your face will light up. 38 Storette Drive in Belfast.
A new champion is crowned Bird of the Century, and the results seem to be ruffling some feathers. The Puteke bird won New Zealand's Bird of the Century title on Wednesday. The bird is known to puke, grunt, and growl. British-American comedian John Oliver got involved in the competition by finding a loophole that allows anyone from across the globe to vote for a bird. Oliver asked his viewers to vote for the Pateke. Campaign managers promoting other birds were upset at Oliver's tactics and called on New Zealanders to get involved and vote for other birds. The competition received more than 350,000 votes from 195 countries, a record. This led to the verification system crashing and delaying the results for 2 days. A real champion, puking and being loud. It's really, it's all it takes for a couple of birds. Okay. That's strange. Okay, that's all we have time for this hour. If you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com. We hope you have a great day.